The Truth of Girls. The Truth of
Hi everyone. Well, over the weekend Whitney Houston died, and a lot of people were asking me, well, what do I think of this? Was it a conspiracy? Was she murdered? Yeah, that tends to happen when a big celebrity dies way before what should be their time. Some people will kind of wonder, well, did they get murdered? I mean, we had Michael Jackson and Amy Winehouse die not that long ago, and in those cases it looked like they did get murdered. So I looked into it. People are saying a lot of things about her death, that there's some significance to the date that she died. It was the 11th, so 11 is like some kind of number of occult significance. There's a lot of days that you could die on that somebody could say it had occult significance, but that doesn't mean that it really did. They still won't tell you exactly why she died, but apparently she was found drowned in her bathtub in her hotel room, mixing a cocktail of prescription drugs with alcohol. Seems like a lot of famous people do a lot of drugs. Maybe that's because being rich and famous isn't all it's cracked up to be. Maybe it sucks. Or maybe it doesn't suck and they just like to do drugs and they have the money for it. That's also possible. But maybe Whitney really just died of a drug overdose. But that doesn't mean that she wasn't a victim of a conspiracy anyway. She was definitely a victim of the conspiracy that the music industry is. The Illuminati conspiracy. I mean, I think what happens is young people who have a lot of talent, they want to be in the music industry or the entertainment industry, and they think it would be great to be rich and famous. And they get in there, and then what they're actually getting into is something very dark. And then by the time they get to realize that this sucks, well, they're stuck. She had to be involved with the Illuminati because nobody gets to that level of success in the music industry or any, part of the entertainment industry for that matter, without, basically being involved in the Illuminati. And she even did this one concert where she was wearing this headdress with an eye right here, like an Illuminati eye. Or maybe when she first got involved in all this, she didn't realize what she was getting into. But the Illuminati pretty much totally in control of the music industry. And everybody who gets up to the level where Whitney was at, well, they pretty much have to sell their soul. Lots of people in the industry have said that they've sold their soul. Like Bob Dylan said that in an interview. And Katy Perry said that she sold her soul. There's lots of satanic stuff going on in the music industry all the time. Check this out. Tupac says in his song Good Life, he says, I sold my soul for a chance to kick it and bang. Also, DMX from the song Let Me Fly, I sold my soul to the devil, and the price was cheap. In his autobiography, The Dog Father, Snoop Dogg says the devil came to him to make a deal that he would be rich and famous in exchange for his soul. And in Eminem's song, Say Goodbye Hollywood, he says, I sold my soul to the devil, I'll never get it back. These are just a few examples. Also, I remember an incident once where at one of the music awards, one of the guys from the Red Hot Chili Peppers said he wanted to thank Satan. So, Whitney Houston was automatically involved in a conspiracy just by being who she was, being famous. And B, she's the victim of another conspiracy, which is the pharmaceutical industry. Whitney was taking tranquilizers and sleeping pills. Sleeping pills, they don't make you sleep. They put you into a kind of coma. Well, not exactly, but they're never going to make you feel rested. And all her tranquilizers, those things are dangerous. I mean, they make you act like a nut. You can even go in a blackout. She was taking Xanax. It's just crazy. It's like this stuff is really toxic, toxic, toxic. It's official. More Americans die from the medical pharmaceutical industry than they do from car accidents. These people are famous, so they have access to all kinds of stuff like that. What would you like today, Miss Houston? A prescription for 100 bars of Xanax per day? No problem. But he's killing her by doing that. So I don't think Whitney had to be murdered. I mean, the industry killed her soul, or killed a part of her. That's the price she paid for her fame, unfortunately. And what the music industry didn't finish, Big Pharma did, by supplying her with all these toxic pharmaceuticals. And so this beautiful, talented woman, at the age of 48, was completely fried and her voice was all burnt out, and she's popping all kinds of pills. I'm still a little suspicious because I think that even if you're popping pills, it would be kind of hard to drown in the bath. Although I do know one person who actually did that. But poor Whitney, you know, she was just living a really sick life on every level, especially spiritually, and it's really too bad. I feel really bad for famous people, people in the music industry. And, you know, I feel bad for young people who want to be famous, who want to get into Hollywood and get up there in the upper echelons, because the price that they will pay is so heavy that if they only knew in advance what price they'd have to pay, they'd probably decide it wasn't worth it. So, well, rest in peace, Whitney. And let me know what you think, you guys. Maybe she did get murdered. I don't know, but either way, it's sad. Well, thanks for listening to me, and I'll see you next time.
The truth occurs.